Surely not the poem you want to hear after your national anthem poem. Not the poem you want on your chest first thing in the morning poem. Not the poem that you will digest, rather press on your night before food and make you upset poem. Not the poem to sit in the presence of ministers and AGs poem. Not the poem for poets on an 8 to 4 salary or loss you work after this, or the lazy poem. Not the poem to be spoken outside of hushed tones. Woe unto the man who give this poet a microphone. Not me poem. Not the poem posing as a degree when you hardly have CXC. Get a job under the knowledge of your employees poem. Not the poem that poaching the national bird for dessert after a main course of leatherback turtle poem. Not the poem that passes contracts under law and men who never work a day in their lives reimbursed. No, this is not that poem. Not the poem that cut funding for everything but roads running with vehicles that worth more than some people who get cut everything. And it's the same money that get cut contributing to the lot of the vehicles in ministerial parking lots. What? Not me, not this poem. Not the poem that was placed in place to protect and uphold the law. So when that poem gets upset, the poem poses as Lord and makes the nation stand still. Or you hold our laws. But I bet you that if your child lost and then you start with your Our Fathers, because my God is red tape and ancient bylaws, but let bygones be bygones. Poem cannot police the police, so ride on. Not this poem. This poem is not the one to buy guns and say, bye son, shut light out of your eyes when the gunship arrives. For the first man to spot it will be stuffed with it. Call the police, but say hold on to your nuts, because it's easier to be a not me poem. Not the poem that will crack the sea bridge till the Twin Islands split. Tender for an ocean flower whose scent is like sniffing crack on a ship. Cause a man to threaten to swim cross country. The man say he swim but is really pulled by a jet ski. What a series of not me poems. Not the poem that will operate uninvestigated for years, though it swears on malpractice. The kind of people I see with driver's license, you swear is a company for acting, but not them. They say not me. Everything have a price. Just pass your money and let the not me poems learn the not me poems. Not the poem that puts in hard work all your life and end up fighting for a government salary. But spend life hard, fast in crime, and you're posing in the presence of presidents and ministers. Lord, use excellency. Lord, not me poem. Not the poem that pushing phones in cell domes. Prisoners posting videos more HQ than your cell phone. Call a raid, but by the time and date the raid, call the officers and the prisoners well known. Not the poem. Not the poem that dons a color every 5 years. Flags and banners and shouts, and as the party come out on top, you sit down in a HDC house. No, not that poem. Not the poem that dons a color every 5 years, flags and banners and shouts. And as the party come out on top is contracts for a company, not really registered as your company, and board positions for your spouse. Not me poem. Not the poem that dons a color every 5 years, flags and banners and shouts. And as the party come out on top is a series of we in charge now and the ones out of charge. Current gone for them now, can't see their way for 5 years. So next time they come out on top, they stuck themselves for 5 extra years. Not me poem. Not the poem that never reports the thing under his nose. Not the poem that crime claims to watch crime but seeks self first. Not the poem that disconnects nation building with self-worth. So once self-satisfied is hell for everyone else on earth. This poem of nuts. This poem of denial. This poem have the nuts to be this prone to survival that it will murder and kill to maintain its illegal comfort and contort. All sorts of national lies, even when eyes beg to defer. This poem will remain knotted on all levels. This poem is empty of satisfaction and void of God and morals. This is the not poem, the not me poem, the new national anthem poem. They deny everything, even if it stains on your hands. Hand them this poem and walk free in your guilty. Just watch your history and see. This poem will be here for years to come. This poem self-fulfills its prophecy. This poem nullifies every conference on corruption. Make sure your muffin stuffed down, because all you're going to leave here with is a full belly. Or, verily, verily, I say unto you, better merrily, merrily, wash those poems in the depth of an ocean blue. Who is them poems? Not me.